Hey guys, this is Grant from FindYourATL.com, and today we are going to be talking about Halloween. So, in case you couldn't tell by the Halloween tree behind me, I'm kind of into Halloween personally, and I figure there might be other people out there that are either looking to move to Atlanta or new to Atlanta that are into Halloween maybe as much as me. Doubt it, but maybe, and they might want some tips on what to do in the city this time of year, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. Now, before we get into the list, I want to go over a couple of honorable mentions, all honorable mentions this year for different reasons. So the first is going to be Boo at the Zoo, more of a family-friendly type event, happens at the Atlanta Zoo over in Grant Park. Also, a big shout out to the Sleepy Hollow experience. Honorable mention for two reasons. First reason is it's not happening this year because of the ongoing global situation. The second reason it is honorable mention is it's not really in Atlanta. It's in Noonan, which is about 45 minutes to an hour away from the city center, depending on time of day and traffic. So it's a little far out, but super cool experience. Actually, I usually go every year. Third honorable mention is going to go to the Ghastly Dreadfuls. That's going to be at the Center for Puppetry Arts in Midtown. It's sort of a spooky puppet show. Again, family-friendly, different, cool experience. They are doing it online this year, so it'll be a little bit different than in years past. And final honorable mention for spooky, scary things to do around Halloween goes to the Clermont Lounge, which is scary for a whole different set of reasons. If you don't know what those reasons are, go ahead and Google them. Unless you are under the age of 18, then do not Google what makes the Clermont Lounge so scary. Also, if you're under the age of 18, why are you watching my channel? It's about real estate. It's kind of a weird fit. I actually have to tell YouTube I'm not marketing to you because of what I do. So they're just throwing that out there. But I guess, hey, do what you want to do. Just don't Google the Clermont Lounge if you're under the age of 18. Founded as Atlanta Cemetery in 1850, Oakland Cemetery's original 6 acres are considered Atlanta's oldest historical plots, and they avoided being burnt down in 1864 during the Civil War. In Oakland Cemetery, there are estimated 70,000 people that have been interred over the years, and it is rumored that not all of them rest so peacefully. Some notable residents of Oakland Cemetery include Moses Formwalt, which is Atlanta's first mayor, Maynard Jackson, Atlanta's first African-American mayor, Margaret Mitchell, who's the author of Gone with the Wind, and Joel Hurt, the founder of Inman Park and Druid Hills, 2 of America's oldest planned subdivisions. Now, if you happen to be in Oakland Cemetery, the rumor has it that you may notice some Confederate soldiers that have gotten out of their graves and are wandering around looking a little confused, probably because Oakland Cemetery doubled as a Confederate base during the Civil War, so they're probably a little confused over the fact that where they reported for duty is also where they've been interred. Apparently, if you listen really close on a quiet night, you may just hear some of them calling out their roll call. You're welcome to take part in a number of guided tours through Oakland Cemetery, or what you can do is come and enjoy the ambiance in the middle of the day with a picnic lunch, and sit down with a loved one, have a snack, and be in the company of 70,000 permanent residents. Built in 1904 by furniture magnate Amos Giles Rhodes, our next entry is Rhodes Hall, otherwise known as the Castle on Peachtree. This is a 9,000 square foot Romanesque castle, which is currently situated between businesses, mid-rises, and high-rises, where the Midtown and Buckhead communities meet. Currently, Rhodes Hall is used as an event space, and the upper floors are used to house the Georgia Trust for Historic Preservation. Previous to that, from 1984 to 1992, Rhodes Hall was used as a haunted house attraction during the Halloween season. The problem was, it wasn't just performers that were going around and scaring the guests. As it turns out, the wife of Amos Rhodes is rumored to haunt the castle along with several children whose disembodied voices can be heard floating through the halls. And finally, there is the mythical Shadow Man, who is an evil shadowy figure that lives in the basement apartment of Rhodes Hall. Rhodes Hall has been featured on television shows like Ghost Hunters and other such TV shows multiple times. It is a frequent feature of walking ghost tours in the city of Atlanta. This year, on October 30th, Rhodes Hall will be opening its doors for patrons to come for an event called Legends and Lore, where you can get to hear all of the ghost stories as told to you by a very special surprise guest. Moving on from the utterly haunted to the mildly macabre, we have the Doll Head Trail. The Doll Head Trail is an art installation located at Constitution Lakes Park in DeKalb County. The vibe of the trailhead certainly veers off the beaten path for what you might be expecting for an in-town trail. Designed by Joel Slayton, he envisioned an outdoor art installation featuring repurposed doll parts and also encouraged visitors to add their own found art to the trailhead. All of the art featured is made from repurposed pieces, and while it may not have the over-the-top glamour of other haunted houses, some of the pieces you're going to find at the Doll Head Trail will certainly creep you out. As if that weren't creepy enough, there is a sign right when entering the trail that says, "Litter makes the angels cry," and I believe we are meant to take that warning very seriously. Let's take a break from the morose and the macabre for some good old-fashioned fun. Little Five Points is a counterculture hub in the city of Atlanta, and as one would expect, they throw one heck of a Halloween party. In fact, for the past 20 years, Little Five Points has been attracting over 35,000 guests for a day of food, drink, and of course, their Halloween parade. Think of it like a DIY Halloween parade, and it is claimed to be the best in the South. Just kind of like when you were in elementary school and you and all your friends would put your costumes on and you'd walk around the elementary school parking lot and parents would clap and throw candy at you. Well, it's like that, but a lot bigger, a lot more money goes into it, and it doesn't just go around a parking lot, it goes through Little Five Points and the surrounding neighborhoods like Cabbagetown and Inman Park. The entire situation is a wholesome celebration of the season with floats, decorations. You can kind of think of it as a mini Dragon Con parade, but one where you aren't worried that your kid might see something they are not supposed to see. Keeping in the trend of family-friendly entertainment, there's Hallowfest at Six Flags Over Georgia. Living in Atlanta, you get to be lucky enough to live in a city that hosts one of the nation's 26 Six Flags parks in Six Flags Over Georgia. It's located ever so slightly outside of the city along I-20 West. Every year for Halloween, they hire costume performers, turn the lights down low, and make the entire park an interactive Halloween experience. With over 43 roller coasters and a number of other activities, games, and food offerings, the spooky version of Six Flags is by far the superior version of Six Flags, because typically when you go to Six Flags, it's in the spring or summer, and in Atlanta, it gets really hot. So the opportunity to enjoy the surroundings and it not be 100 degrees with 90% humidity is a welcomed break. Last but certainly not least is probably the most renowned Halloween attraction in the city of Atlanta, and that's Netherworld Haunted House. Netherworld Haunted House was founded in 1997 and quickly rose to acclaim because of its over-the-top aspects of its main haunt or big house. Shortly after that, Netherworld was able to add on a second house and now has recently moved to Stone Mountain, Georgia into a strip mall, or perhaps more appropriately, moved to Stone Mountain and took over an entire strip mall. Netherworld Haunted House, in addition to offering the two haunts, also offers escape rooms and additional activities and attractions to keep you busy while you are waiting in their notoriously long but fun lines, as they have actors out interacting with you the entire time. Netherworld is really famous for its attention to detail and over-the-top ghastly displays. They accomplish these displays by employing a number of special effects experts, costume designers, and set builders that work in the burgeoning Atlanta film and television industry. Speaking of film and television, Netherworld's been used as a set for Zombieland 2. Also, Rob Zombie borrowed props from Netherworld in order to film Halloween 2, and many of the staff happen to enjoy full-time jobs working on AMC's The Walking Dead. As recently as 2017, Netherworld was ranked the #1 haunted house in America by HauntWorld.com. I hope you found some of these suggestions useful for ways to spend your Halloween season. I know that I'm going to be hitting up a few of these attractions as soon as I can, and also enjoying the unseasonably cool weather we are having this year. If you get a chance to visit Atlanta right now, or if you're just moving here, we have maybe the most beautiful October we are in the middle of since I've lived here for the past 12 years. My name's Grant from FindYourATL.com. If you have any other questions about what to do in Atlanta, pop a comment below. You can email me directly at grant.bojarski@exprealty.com. Make sure to leave a like, a comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you soon.